All right. Well, we are live again, supposedly, quote unquote. So if you can hear me, please drop a 1, as we had audio problems on the last attempt at this. So if you can hear me, drop a 1. Let's see. The mic sounds seems like it's a little. Hold up. Go there. All right. So if you can hear me, drop a 1. All right. Much better. Much better. All right. We are live now again. If you're just watching, if you're just watching for the first time this evening, I had a previous live stream attempt that fell through, and now I am going from my computer. So hopefully this is better. But it is kind of cringe because I don't have the angle I want now because I am on my computer. But alas, it wouldn't be a live stream, or at least one that I'm involved with, if something did not go a little wrong. So we're just going to improvise. So for those of you that don't know, that weren't here a minute ago, we are gathered here to wrap up my Lego Advent Calendar series. I had previously stated that I would come through with a comprehensive ranking of all of my things I got when I had more time to think about it. And now that, I've had some time to think about it, we will go over that. But there are a few, and there's also a few other things I'm going to go through in this live. But I just want to take a moment to say hello to everybody. We got Jason of 3 a.m. Forge in here. He says the video is nice and clear. That's great. I honestly, from the computer, I do like the way it looks, but the angle is not what I wanted. But whatever, we'll live with it. We also got Lynn D in the house. Hello, Lynn. We got Gold VP. Gold VP, shout out to him. He's always in here. He's really, and if he's not, he lets me know that he watches the replay. So I really appreciate that. Daniel says, I've been looking forward to this video. Well, Daniel, then this is for you, bud. I really didn't know if anybody really cared too much about my Lego videos, but I had fun making them. So I was doing it, but I'm really glad to hear that someone else cared enough to be looking forward to this. But anyways, we will start, I guess. I don't know how I'm going to format this other than I'm just going to go through kind of sets, starting at my least favorite. And I will tell you guys what my ranking was originally and what I rank it as now. So that's something. And then maybe I'll take some breaks in between to read comments and answer questions. But anyways, we are going to start with number 24. So this is ranked. So the way I'm doing this, so like 24 is the worst. So we're starting from worst and then we'll work our way up. So let's see, I have everything set here. Everything got kind of discombobulated when I moved to the computer. So for the ranking at number 24, so this is what I'd consider to be the worst thing. We have this Moisture Farm Vaporator. Now, I originally ranked this as a D. I have since changed my ranking to an F. When I initially got it, I ranked it as a D, but now it is an F. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But you have to imagine when kids are opening these advent calendars, these are the only things they're getting that day. So this was the worst thing out of everything. So this is an F, but this is the only one that's actually an F. So it's still not bad. So I will be setting everything down and lining it up. And I guess I'll move the camera so you can see it later. But yeah, it's an F compared to the rest. Yeah, Daniel understands. Then at number 23, we have a Hoth laser cannon. Now, it's not necessarily a horrible build. It's just also not the best build. At first, I kind of liked it, to be honest. But then when I really looked at it and just thought about it from the context of what the other stuff you get is, and it looks like the thing, but it also doesn't at the same time. So this is number 23. It is a D though. It's below average, but it's not like horrible. So it's just a D. And then we have this one, which, so moving on to number 22. So I think I'm going to go to like, maybe I should just knock all these out and just do it. I have other things I want to talk about it, but I think I'm just going to go. I was thinking of like splitting it up, but I think I'm just going to go through and do all this and then talk about the other stuff. And then for number 22, so this was a hard one. So this is the Wampa Cave. So this is the 22nd best thing or the third worst thing, depending on how you want to look at it. Originally, I gave it a C rating, but I have since changed my mind and lowered that to a D. Honestly, the only thing avoiding it from being an F is the fact that you can actually hang this Luke Skywalker figure from it. And yeah, as you're going along, if you want, drop your letter grades and ratings for each thing, or what you think each thing should be. But yeah, so this is a D though. If Luke couldn't hang from it like that and they didn't put that attention to detail in it, as I steal the piece off, it would be an F, but it is a D because of that. So it's like still all right, but honestly, for me, the thing that really soured that for me was the fact there was no Yeti or Wampa or whatever with it. Like I was really hoping there would be, but alas. All right, moving on to the 21st ranked thing, we have the weapons rack. Now, the main thing with this was also thinking this being the only thing you get for that day. It does have a cool thing with it, this gun. And the cool thing about it is, well, now the ammo's gone, but the cool thing about it is the gun actually fires and actually works really good as it just flew across the kitchen here. So number 21 out of this top, whatever, out of this list is the weapons rack. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it other than it's all right, but for what compared to the other stuff, it's not that good. We'll just put it like that. Yeah, it fires. So yeah, it fires really good, Daniel. It's a C. I don't know. I gave it a D just because that's all it came with for that day, but I could see it being a C or a C plus or whatever. All right, now moving to number 20, I have this battle droid. Now, it is a good little thing. It's a good figure and all that. But my main problem with it is compared to all the other figures you get, this is the worst one simply because it has nothing special about it. There's no Christmassy things about it, and there's nothing exclusive about it. It's a good thing to get. I mean, it's like if you're, don't have one, but I've been getting this same battle droid since I was like, 10 years old or whatever. So this is number 20 is this battle droid. I give it a D, but it could be a C, but I gave it a D. Originally, I gave it a C, but after thinking about it and just thinking about how this figure compares to the other ones you get, I am giving it a D. Whew, this feels like I'm doing the it's really weird doing this live because I kind of got into a rhythm of how I do it when I was making the videos. So I almost like want to revert to that, but I'm like, oh no, I'm doing this live. I can't just sit here and then think and pause and all that. Yeah, Daniel, you get it. D because of it's so common, and when you compare it to the other figures you get, it's just like, whatever. All right, so number 19, we have the DF.9 turret from Hoth. I gave it a C. Originally, I'd given it an A ranking, but once I compared it to the other things, I give it a C. It is passing. So for me, F means it's terrible. I should have said this earlier, but F means it's terrible. D means it's below average. C just means it's passing / average. B means above average. A means really good, and S means like super or amazing. So this is a C though. This is passing. My mom says battle droids hurt to step on. That is true. But yeah, so this turret is ranked at number 19 because it is, just passing. And it's all right. So we get a C for this. The next thing we got is, let's see. Somebody says they were wait, okay, timeout, personal foul. So my Kitty Q says, so I was rewatching the other stream. So I think if you mean the live stream I just did, I set it to where it is private now. But since it's a live stream, it'll take a minute for that to work out. So to anybody coming over here from the original live stream that are confused, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it was privated, but it takes a minute for that to go into effect. All right, at number 18, we have Darth Vader's Sandcastle. Now, I think this is an interesting build in the concept of it, as it's meant for Darth Vader when he's at the beach or whatever to play with. And I do think it is good on its own. But something about the shape of the castle in relation to Darth Vader's castle doesn't really do it for me. So that's what kept it from being like a B rating, but it is a C because it's still a cool little thing. But you also have to think of the fact of this is all you got that day. So yeah. Anyways, this was the number 18th best thing. I guess at this point everything's passing at least, so we can say it's the 18th best, not the worst. All right, moving on to 17. We have the V35 land speeder. Now, at first, I remember when I got this, I thought it was going to be it was an A-wing or something like that. But upon further review and consulting the Star Wars lore, I realized it was a V35 land speeder. And so I'm giving it a C. It's nice. It's a good little ship, but I don't know. Something about it was kind of, I don't know if it's the shape. Something about this threw me off. I remember when I was ranking it, but I don't remember why. There was something about this I didn't like that made it kind of lower than the other ships. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Either way, I gave it a C. So that is number 17. Number 16, we have this Acclamator class assault ship. I thought it was a Star Destroyer, but apparently it's like a different version. It's cool. I did have this as being the lowest ship originally because it's just a flat little piece of nothing almost. But then when I compared it to the actual thing it's supposed to be a representation of, it's like literally perfect. Like it looks as close to that Star Destroyer as you could possibly get with such little pieces. So I actually gave this a C, and originally I'd given it a C also. So this is a C. And yeah, so that is our number 16th thing. All right, moving to number 15. Sorry if I'm going too fast for anybody. This is the first time I've done anything like this. So if I'm going too fast or too slow, I don't know. Sorry. Next year, maybe I'll figure out a better way to present this. Anyways, number 15, I have, no, wait. Yeah, 15, I have a B-wing. It was originally a B, but I have changed that to a C rating. There's nothing particularly wrong with it. There's just a few design things that I would have changed personally, but it's still passing. It's still, I'd say, like an average type. It's an average build as far as these things go. So I'm giving it a C, and yeah, I think it's suitable for that. Okay, moving on to number 14, we have a T-16 Skyhopper. Now, originally, I thought this was an Imperial shuttle, but it is not. It's a different ship. I think it's the ship that Luke Skywalker flew as a child or something on Tatooine. I don't remember. I need to reconsult the lore, but it does look a lot like the ship it's supposed to be. So I gave this originally a B rating, and we are sticking with the B rating for this ship. I like the little gun it has right there. And overall, just the design of it is nice. So this is a B. So we're giving it, yeah, that's a B. And then, all right, moving on to number 13. We have the Bad Batch shuttle, which is called the Marauder. It's from the Star Wars show, as I break it. It's from the Star Wars show, The Bad Batch. It's a nice little shuttle. I like the fact as I'm breaking it now, of course, I was gonna say I like the fact of all the movement it has, and it makes it so, it can be like parked as I keep breaking it repeatedly. I like how the wings can go up like this when it's parked, or they can go down like this when it's flying. And there's movement in the cockpit area. So due to those features, I gave it a B. And originally I'd given it a B also. So that is number 13. All right, so now moving on to number as I just show you guys, number 12. We are now halfway through. This is my 12th best thing. It is the Snow Trooper. The reason why I like this is not only is there really good molding on the helmet, like with the goggles and the mask shape in general, there's good print on the legs and all that. There also the Trooper is dark skinned, which I'd never seen in a Lego Star Wars figure before. So I thought it was cool, the representation and just the fact it's a figure I'd never seen and had details in it I'd never seen before. So that's what ranks it for me, gives it a higher ranking than the other things listed previously. And just the fact that it's unique. It's not as unique in Christmas theme as some of the other figures that we'll get to, but it's still solid and it's still, something. I don't know if this figure is this exact one's exclusive to this set, but I've never seen it before. So that's what ranks it at number 12. So it's different. So that's like Daniel said, it's different. B, yeah, you get it. Daniel, I appreciate your participation, Daniel. I feel like I don't know that you're the target audience, but having you participate in all this makes it feel like you are the target audience and it makes it all feel worth it. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Day number Yeah, Daniel is in on it. I love that. I appreciate you, Daniel. You're making this a lot easier and more fun for me already. So number 11 is the ATST. I gave it a B. Originally, it was an A, but I gave it a B. When compared to some of the other things, I couldn't quite give it an A, but it is a good little thing. 1 second, timeout. Daniel says, "Is there a list to show the rarity?" There is not a list that okay, so when I was reading for some of them, some of the figures did say they only appeared in this, and it's obvious which ones are. I know the Snow Trooper, it appears in, I think it appears in another set, but I don't know if the Trooper with the dark skin appears in any of the other ones. Same thing with, I'll get to some of the other figures, but I think all the figures in here outside the battle droid, at least there's something slightly different in this set that's makes them exclusive to the advent calendar. Even if it's like something like the skin color or of the head or whatever, but battle droid I think is the only one that's completely normal. So yeah, anyways, back to the ATST. I think it's a good little build. It is, number 11, almost top 10, but we're giving it number 11. And yeah, it's a B. Originally it was an A, but we're giving it a B. All right. Moving to the top 10, we have Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder. Now, the thing that I really like about this is there's a lot of little details that they use to really make it stand out, meaning like the engines here, they're asymmetrical to more reflect what the vehicle was in the movie, and they added these little dots here to reflect Luke Skywalker and C-3PO, and I think that's really cool. It's a good use of pieces to make such a little set like really reflect what it's supposed to be. And I actually think that might be some of the best usage of that out of any of these. So this is ranked at number 10. So yeah, top 10. So it's a B, and originally it was a B. So we're still giving it a B. All right. Moving on to number 9, we have a droid tri-fighter. Now, I really love this this build. I like the usage of this antenna to kind of reflect like the nose gun piece that the droid has. I like the fact that they made that the colors of this are different to reflect like where the head part's supposed to be or whatever. So, anyways, this is my first A on my list. Originally, I had this as a B, but yeah, just like Daniel here said, the colors and the shape is just nice, and I like it. So this is ranked at number 9, and it is, yeah, an A. Okay, moving on to number 8. We have a clone commander. Now, I don't know if this now this one, I'm not sure if this exact figure has appeared in other sets as far as the I don't know. I actually don't remember with this one, but I like it a lot. I like the coloring. I like the print on the legs and the chest. If you look closely, there's even like little yellow print on the chest, which is good. I also like that the clones actually look like the actor who played the clones now, with the skin tone and even in the face. I don't know if it's just like, I don't know if I'm just seeing it because I'm seeing it, but to me, this looks like one of the best representations of an actor that they've had. I don't know. I don't remember his name. I can look it up. I actually have my, hopefully this will stay open. If you guys can't see me now, then that sucks. But I'm going to look up the name of the actor real quick. Tamara Morrison. Okay, yeah. So he plays Boba Fett and the clones. And this actually, I feel like, is one of the best representations Lego has as far as what the figure looks like versus actual actor. So I really like it. So that's cool. And yeah, you can see it. It's like, I don't know if it's just kind of the gruff design. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, this just looks really spot on to me. So this was ranked number 8, and it is an A. So that's cool. Okay, number 7, we have this TIE Interceptor. I think this is a really good build. The wings, they move, which is cool. You can move them like out like this, which is awesome, or they can just be like that. And just, I think as far as the little builds go, this is just a really good usage of the pieces allotted, because obviously each day can't have that many pieces. So I think this was just a really good usage of that. So this was ranked number 7. Originally, I got an A, and it still gets an A. So that's cool. Number 6. This was day 1, actually. Originally, we have the Republic gunship. Now, originally, I gave this a B, but that has since moved up to an A after being able to compare it. I love the fact that the wing, like it's movable. It also is just a good representation, in my opinion, of the actual, like what's supposed to be. It also has these nice colors, like there's the red and the green. So it just looks really nice to me. And it's one of the best usages of the like little pieces they have available. So, and it also might be, it's almost the biggest ship. I think, yeah, it's close. It's one of the bigger ones you get. So this is pretty cool. So this was an A. And yeah, so this is the last though. So this is the last of the ships. So as far as the ships go, this was my favorite. The TIE Interceptor was my second favorite ship, but it was close. I think what sold me on this one more though is just the green here and the red. I just thought the minimal color usage actually helped a lot and really made me appreciate this one. So this is number 6. All right. Whew. Wow. I haven't done a live stream by myself in so long. So to everybody watching, thank you for bearing with me as I do this. Okay. Number 5, we have Hoth Luke Skywalker. Now, this is a good figure. I like that it has a mask. Like his mask, you can move it. It has multiple face prints. There's a smiley face, and there's a more like serious face on the back. So I appreciate that. I also like that it has like the little medals to display his military accomplishments and such. And overall, this is a good figure. Um, I am, however, going to give this an A. It originally was an A, but I'm going to keep it at an A. And my reasoning behind that is that everything else I'm about to show you is very exclusive to these advent calendars, and they are Christmas themed, which is important. So this isn't Christmas themed, and I think this appears somewhere else, or at least versions of this do. So that's why it's ranked lower than the other things I'm about to show you. But this is still number 5, top 5, really good, and this is an A. So now moving on to number 4, we have none other than the Santa Gonk droid. Now, this is a really cool build. When I first did it, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it, but upon further review, I really like it. I love the fact that it's Christmas build, like it's Christmas themed. It's an exclusive build. I like that this little piece is supposed to reflect Santa's beard. And there are just a lot of things to like about this little build here. And to me, when I'm opening these advent calendars, to get things that are, Christmas themed and cool is kind of the priority, I don't know if that makes sense, but to me it makes sense. So we are giving this an S when originally I'd only given it a day. Okay. Let's see. Now, moving on to the top 3. Now, some of you, I almost would want you guys to predict the top 3, what they'll be in what order, but I don't know if you guys remember. But yeah. Oh yeah, the Santa Gonk. I don't know if I said, but that was an S tier. First S tier, Santa Gonk. First S tier for sure, because it met all the criteria for me. But number 3, we have C-3PO. Now, this is a great figure, starting with the fact that we can just start with the leg print. It has this one silver leg and one gold leg to reflect how he was, I believe, in A New Hope. It also has the R2-D2 Christmas sweater, which is amazing because it has, the print on the back and then R2-D2 on the front. And the face print is really good. The eyes look good. He kind of is given this weird side-eye look that I love. So I am giving this an S, and originally it was an S also. I also see that none other than Sam the Adventure Man has appeared in this live stream. Hello, Dad. You've caught the back end of it. If you guys are watching and haven't already, go check out my dad's channel. He posted a little video today. Go ahead and check that out. It's pretty cool. And I was happy to see him back on YouTube. So, or at least on YouTube doing something. He might not be back fully, but he did something. So I appreciated that. It was nice to see. So go check him out if you haven't already. Now, moving on to number 2, we have R2-D2 in a Christmas sweater. Now, as the C-3PO had R2 on it, this has C-3PO on it. So this is a really cool duo to get. But the one thing that to me makes R2 better, other than the fact R2 is one of my favorites in general, like favorite characters above C-3PO, the thing that really sets this apart is on the back, it has a Rebel Alliance logo. So instead of just having the snowflakes, it also has the Rebel Alliance logo. So to me, I think that this is better, but they're both really good. So this is obviously an S tier, S tier, S tier. And yeah, it's a great figure, and it's everything you'd want in a, Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. Now, as Gold VP has been alluding to, there is a Darth Vader figure, and this Darth Vader figure is one of the best Lego men I've ever seen in my life. It has Darth Vader in beach attire, and it came with this little volleyball. The thing that makes it so great is the fact that it has on there, you can see the Death Star as the sun, and on the back you can see that they're on the planet Scarif, which is where Rogue One takes place, and that's where the rebels steal the plans for said Death Star. So this is the best figure. It also, let's see, has the standard face print. I find it crazy that they even put printing on the back to reflect his scars and battle wounds, which that's crazy considering most of the time his helmet's not even going to be off. So that's really cool. And I just like with the newer Darth Vader figures, they have this little neck piece too for the bottom of the helmet. So this makes it look like a more solid helmet in general. So obviously for me, this is my number one. So this has to be an S tier. So yeah, this is number one on my list. So I was going to have everything laid out in order so you could see it and kind of see like where they go from start to finish. But due to the fact I had to do this on the computer because the phone was malfunctioning when we did the first live, everything can't be laid out so you can see it. So there's that. But you'll just have to take my word for it that there was a lot of cool stuff in this advent calendar. And I would give this advent calendar overall, I'd say it was an A. It was really good. Much better than previous years. My mom, she gets me an advent calendar for Christmas. It's kind of become a tradition. And this advent calendar was really good, and I would recommend it to any Star Wars fan or just somebody who likes Legos, or maybe their kids like Legos and Star Wars. Highly recommend it. Previous years, there were things that were actually bad. Like I would get them and think they were horrible. Like one year I'll never forget, and I'll never stop talking about it. They pretty much just gave me a rock for a day. So that was crazy. But this year, this was the worst thing I got this year. And really, it's not awful. Like it's not good. But considering this is the worst thing, like other years, there might have been like 3 or 4 things worse than this. But this year, everything was pretty decent. So I can't complain. And again, I recommend it to anyone who likes this sort of thing. But alas, I digress. And yes, I also would like to thank my mom for Jessica King, as she is in here, for supplying me with this calendar. It was a lot of fun to do. And I think this is going to become a yearly tradition. As most of you know, this isn't the type of content I make on my channel traditionally, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And even if like 3 people watch it, I'm still going to do it next year. So it was a lot of fun. So my mom says, if you're interested in getting the Lego Advent calendars, Barnes & Noble usually has them before anyone else, and then Costco. So that's awesome. Okay, let's see. So oh my gosh. So it's been 30 minutes. I really felt like I was just sitting there just like, oh, okay. I'm going to take a drink of water, and then I will get to the other things we have to talk about. But man, that was crazy. Oh, so while I catch my breath, where is everyone tuning in from? Let's go through that. I want to see where everybody's from, because I saw somebody talking about. Daniel was asking Laura P if there's Disneyland near her, and she said the nearest is Paris. So I'm interested in where everyone's from. Like where is everybody? My dad's from Tacoma. What a surprise. Kitty Q is from Fort Knox, Kentucky. Rose Kind's from Vermont. Twisted 10 is from Tennessee. That adds up. Gold VP is from Vancouver Island, British Columbia. Yep, that adds up also. Bigger Red, North Texas. Mary I'm going to butcher it. Mary Latorre. Oh, no. I hope I didn't mess it up. Anyway, she's from Orlando, Florida. Daniel's from New Mexico. Laura P is from the United Kingdom near London. That makes sense. Why the closer would be Paris. TV MR777 is from Indiana. 3M Forge is from Northern Ontario, Canada, as I knock over all the Legos and break the wing off the Marauder. That's crazy. And Michelle Brady is from Pleasant Hill, Iowa. And yeah, that adds up. So I am going to now go over some of the polls that I have been putting up. So if you don't know, I have been either once or twice a week been doing poll questions on my channel. And polls are something even before I had Snapchat, I actually used to do polls on my Instagram quite often. So it's been really fun for me to be able to post polls in my community page. And sometimes the polls I post have to do with a video that's coming up, and that's why I ask them, or they're just random. But either way, it's been a lot of fun to be able to ask you guys things. My most recent poll was, how long after Christmas do you keep your decorations up? And I did that poll obviously it was kind of alluding to what I was about to do with this video. And the most common answer was until after the people celebrate New Year's was at 55%. And then the second most common answer was that people never put up Christmas decorations at 18%. And the least common was they never take them down. So that kind of makes sense because not everybody celebrates Christmas. And yeah, 4%, but 4% of people never take their Christmas decorations down. Now, that's interesting to me. I can get leaving up some lights. If you have just like maybe some lights up or something, that makes sense. But if you have like Santa Claus and Rudolph and all the reindeer on your roof and like Frosty the Snowman standing up outside your house like year round, that's crazy. Like, okay, so Dad, he just said, Sam the Adventure Man says he keeps his Christmas lights up year round. Well, that makes sense because they're lights on the boat, so they just look like they're lights. But imagine if you had Frosty the Snowman, like an inflatable Frosty the Snowman on the bow of your boat dancing year long. That'd be crazy. So anyways, 796 people voted on that poll from 2 days ago. I appreciate everyone who participated. And if you haven't participated in my polls and you want to, they're on my community page. Another recent poll was, how many pets do you have? And the most common answer was 2 to 3 pets. And the one thing I found really interesting about this poll, so 1,000 people voted on it. And the most interesting thing was that so as many people have 0 pets as have that. How do I word this? Okay, so 0 got 15% of the vote, and 6+ got 15% of the vote, meaning that as many people that voted that have 0 pets, there are as many people that have 0 pets as there are that have 6+. Wow, that was way harder for me to put into words than I meant for it to be. But that was really interesting to me. So there are as many people with no pets as there are with 6+ pets on my channel. So that's really interesting. Whew. Okay. Let's see. I can't believe that was so hard to get out. And then the last poll that I haven't discussed on a live, at least, was, how often do you vacuum? And I said, I swear this wasn't as random of a question as it may seem, because at the time of me posting it, it was very, very random sounding. Because if you don't know and haven't seen it already, I posted a very fun video that I had a lot of fun making, and some people seem to enjoy, of me going out and showing my previous career of vacuuming the sidewalk, which was a great experience to go down memory lane and just relive those days. So if you haven't watched that already, that's the most recent video on my channel. But in preparation for that, I posted this poll that was, how often do you vacuum? And the most common answer was multiple times a week with 44%. And the least common was once a month with 5%. But the second most common was once a week with 31%. So I think that makes sense. I'm definitely either in the once a week or every other week bracket. And that's not necessarily because, how do I put this? I'd say it's every other week because honestly, I'm only home probably like 3 to 4 nights a week max. So I really don't. I'm like rarely even in. I'm really rarely even at my house, so I don't vacuum that much, to be honest. But it still is like every other week at least. Because after that, it starts getting rough. So, anyways, so those are my polls, and they've been getting good responses. They're usually between like 700 and 1,000 people vote on them. So I'm really appreciative to anyone who and everyone who's participated. And that's something I'm going to continue to do more often, because even when I can't go make diving videos or go make normal videos or whatever, I can always come up with poll questions. Like I always have things to ask. So right now that's been like a once a week type thing, or maybe 2 times a week, but that might become, I might start doing that more often. So we'll see. But either way, those are most recent polls, and thank you to everyone who's participated. Now, bruh, wait a minute. Timeout. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense on Muther. Bruh, your mom says I haven't seen Kyler vacuum at my house or his grandparents in years. That's cap. I don't know about your house because the robot does your house, but I vacuum at Papa and Nanny's house all the time. So that's cap. But I guess maybe you haven't seen it. But yeah, I definitely don't vacuum your house because the robot does it. So, anyways, I was thinking because I vacuumed your old house. Sometimes you'd have me vacuum your old house, but I guess I haven't. I haven't done the new house because the robot does it. Mom says very little cap. So, for those of you that don't understand what cap means, so as I'm saying this, if you have any questions, please drop them, because I think I've said about everything I have written down or just on my mind to think about saying. So if you have any questions, please drop them. But my mom says very little cap, and if you don't know what cap means, there's a term that that people my age use called no cap, and that means no lie, basically. So cap means to lie. So that's basically what that means. Bigger Red, Kyler, do you have your own place? No, I do not. Do not have my own. Dad never. I do not have my own place. At this point, the biggest struggle with moving out, there's two things. One, I did live like by myself for, let me think. I don't know, from like November to May of last year, and I honestly hated it. And it wasn't like it had nothing to do, me hating it had everything to do with me hating just not being around people. So when I do get my own place, it's going to have to be with a roommate, because I honestly got really depressed being by myself like that, and every night being by myself and all that stuff. So like I'm a very social person in nature. So when I do move out and like try to live on my own, it's not going to be on my own, because yeah, I'm just too social of a person to not at least have a roommate. And honestly, all my friends that I would be roommates with at this point, they all either are married or live with their girlfriends or situations like that. So yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah, I'm not going to move until I have good reason to / someone to live with, because I'm too social of a person. And when I was by myself, I honestly just was really depressed, and like I enjoyed some of it, but I got depressed a lot. So I'm not going to do that. Anyways, yeah, Tyler rotates between homes. That's a good way to put it. Let's see. Oh dear. I just read Daniel's comment about the toy box killer. That's horrible. I hope they kill that killer that Daniel is referring to has been caught. If you have any questions, drop them, please. Dad says, let's go get you a boat and put in Olympia. See, that would be like I said, though, I don't want to live by myself. Like, meaning I don't want to come home every night and be alone, because that's what would be happening. Let's see. Kitty KU says, my daughter got a 5,162 piece Lego set, the Empire Over. It's a Mold King set. I wish you could help her. I wish I could too. That sounds crazy. I don't understand quite what kind of set it is, but that sounds nuts. Daniel says about the killer, he was caught and died in jail, I believe. Well, that's good that he was caught. We don't need menaces like that roaming the streets. Let's see. Gold VP says the diving here is still open to you both. Nuggets below waterfall. I want to go. I want to go diving as soon as possible, and diving for gold would be crazy. But I'm ready to get back in the water. We've actually had a pretty mild winter so far. It hasn't gotten nearly as cold as I would have thought it would be. And usually we do get like a snowfall in February or something, so it may sneak up and smack us. But it's been really, really decent out, and I'm really tempted to go diving like soon. But realistically, I don't think it's going to happen till March. But I don't know. It is kind of tempting to go out. Romeo. See, I hate mispronouncing last names because people mispronounce my last name all the time. People say, think my last name is Jin. They say Kyler Jin. It's actually Kyler Ginn. So I feel bad when I mispronounce names, but I might just do that when I say Romeo Lalonde. Romeo Lalonde. Either I don't know. I apologize, Romeo says. Do you have any pets? Yes, by proxy. I have Pixie, who is a poodle that I inherited from my great grandmother. She is featured in I think a short on my channel if you want to go digging for that. So that's cool. Yeah, so that's my only pet that I'd say is technically mine. I am at a stage in my life where I am like my mom alluded to. I'm always going places. I'm in between Chehalis, Washington and Tacoma, Washington all the time, and I'm constantly driving and traveling. I did the math, and like in 1 month I drove almost 3,000 miles, and I was only within the Portland to Seattle range, and I still managed to drive like 3,000 miles. I think that was from November to December. I drove about 3,000 miles, maybe a little less than that time, but it was basically like 3,000 miles. Anyways, my point being, I travel and I'm doing too many things to really have a pet at this point, but my grandparents take care of Pixie when I'm not around, which is very appreciated. So that's the only pet I have. And I probably won't get a pet until I'm married and have kids and all that. And that's not going to be for a fat minute. So yeah. My dad says our last name used to be McGinnis. Yes. And then they shortened it to, I think, McGinn, maybe. I don't know how they did it. But anyways, now it's just Ginn. So yeah. Kitty Q says, oh, mine is Kitty Coo. Kitty Coo. Okay, well, they say I love this channel and I appreciate it. Romeo says that they have 5 cats and 2 rats. How does that dynamic work? I want to ask Romeo, do your cats and rats get along? Like, are they trying to eat each other? Like, how do you keep peace within your household? That's a really interesting question. My mom says Kyler could inherit my 2 boxers. Mr. B has been, I don't know what she meant by that, but my mom got a puppy recently is what she's trying to say. Her name is Audley. My mom actually took her and the dogs away from her house so I could have the privacy and peace to do this live stream. So I appreciate that, Mother. I appreciate the effort you put in for that. But yeah, she has 2 they're cute dogs. Mr. B is kind of a loud mouth, but he's a sweetheart. And the new puppy's a puppy. But yeah, they're good fellers. My dad said, where are you? I am at my mom's house. Oh, yes. She was saying Mr. B is in one of my short videos. Yes. Debbie F says, hi. Hey, Debbie. Long time no see. Or maybe not. Just long time no see. Romeo says the cats and the rats do get along well. I'd have to see that. I was just thinking as I'm sitting here, one day of like a live stream, I could just like go through all my things I have up here. So I have some interesting stuff up here. Like, I was just looking at my background. Is that if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know, because there are some like interesting things that I have up here on this wall that might be worth reviewing or at least sharing with you guys. So that might be a live stream at some point. Let's see. Kitty Q says my last name was McKinney, but it derived from some sort of Scottish or Irish descent. Fair enough. War a Peace says that would be cool. So yeah, I think though that's like that's all. Yeah, Bigger Red said yes. I was wondering what's up here. I think I'll just show you right now because people that watch the live stream, this live stream might not watch the other one or whatever. All these hats are, I'll just say, are autographed from NBA games I've gone to. So that's cool. So that's like some of the coolest stuff. Then probably my favorite thing up here is this Peyton Manning card that actually has a patch from a game-worn Peyton Manning jersey, which is really cool. So anyways, that's probably some of my favorite things up here, but there are other stuff. And I think one day I will just go through everything that's up there because there's some interesting stuff. But anyways, I think that's about everything I have to say in this live stream. If you have any questions, you can drop them. Otherwise, let's see. If you haven't already, in the description, I have links to my Instagram and I have a link to my Facebook. You can follow me there. Also, if you like really do enjoy my content, I appreciate you guys subscribing. But one thing you can do is hit the notification bell. YouTube has been really weird. It's been weird for a while, but like the algorithm, with like suggesting videos and how that's been working lately seems sketchy. So if you really want to see my stuff, hit the notification bell and you'll be notified whenever I post stuff. And yeah, but for other content, follow my YouTube, follow my Facebook page. That's more YouTube related. And then my Instagram is at Ballaholic for Life. And it's more of a how do I put it? It's more of my personal stuff. So yeah, if you like that, I appreciate that. And also 3M Forge, aka Jason, member of the Coco Crew for 1 month, says I love this series. So I appreciate you, Jason. I appreciate everyone who watched this series, especially the people that don't like Lego or Star Wars at all that still watch this just because they want to support me. You guys are goated for that because I know that what I was doing was a very niche type thing, and it was not the type of niche that I'm known for. So to have people still support me and still watch my stuff, even if that's not something they would have watched normally, was really big for me. So I appreciate that. And then I also appreciate people like Daniel, who seemed to actually, it might not, I don't know if he watches a ton of content, but he really got into it. And there were a few of you that really did get into it when I was making the videos. I know like Gold VP was always there. I could just start naming people, but all of you people that have been here and help support me and help support this series of like the unboxings and stuff, I really do appreciate that because stepping out and doing something completely off brand is, scary, quote unquote scary. It's kind of like scary might be an over exaggeration, but it definitely is kind of like, yeesh, I don't know, will anybody even watch it? But to have people still watch it, still like it, and still support it meant a lot. And it also made me feel more comfortable with doing other things. That's like, honestly, my Lego videos led to my vacuuming video in the sense that once I made those Lego videos, I felt like I could make anything. Now, they might not all go viral or have bajillions of views, but I felt like I could just make something completely random and people would still give it a chance. So I really appreciate that. So yeah. Anyways. Phew. Mary says good night, Kyler. Maybe that's my Oscars music getting played off. But yeah, I think that's about everything. Let's see what's some stuff that coming up soon. I don't know what's coming up soon. I don't know. I can tell you that around March is when I'm going to start try to start diving on a normal basis. I also I'm gonna do stuff between now and March though, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, just stay tuned. And again, hit the notification bell, subscribe, follow my Instagram, all that stuff. And I really do appreciate you guys. And Dad says, Kyler, are you trying to hoop? Yeah, let's do a live stream of us playing basketball one on one. I've always wanted to do a one-on-one live stream with you, Dad, of playing basketball, because then we could both say we're professional basketball players. Because there will be some sort of little, like, maybe we'll get like 10 cents for people to watch us play basketball. And then we'd be professional basketball players. So I want to do that. But anyways, but maybe that'll be the next thing we do on here. But either way, stay tuned. And yeah, again, thank you for watching. Brett, I was about to sign out, but Gold VP said it would be awesome to see Sam dunk. You know what? I'm gonna agree, Gold VP. It would be awesome. I can remember vaguely, if I look back into yesteryear, when he wait a minute. Sam the event. Wait a minute, timeout. We're just gonna have to. I was about to leave, but Dad's talking trash. He says, "Do you really want to see?" I think he means, "Do you want to see a 41-year-old beat you in front of everybody?" No, I don't want to see that, but I also don't really. I'm not really worried about that being the case. Like, I don't know. I'm not really. Even if we do play one-on-one, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. So I'm not really worried about it. But yeah. Maybe, that might be the next thing we do. We might have to play a game on here. Maybe I don't know, maybe do it live, maybe do it edited. I don't know, but that might be the next thing we have to do. But anyways, until then, I will, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on my dad dunking. Like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to leave, but then these comments are crazy though. Because Daniel just said, imagine Sam doing the Jordan dunk with the tongue out and all, and do the jump man. That'd be crazy. That'd be nuts. If I saw my dad take off from the free throw line right now, I'd scream. Let's see. Bigger Red says, yes, have an ambulance ready. I don't think my dad's that out of shape. He's actually been working on getting his body right and stuff. So I do think he can play. Bro, okay, never mind. Just as I'm trying to give him some like credit, he says, I'm gonna do you like Vince Carter did that guy during the Olympics. I think they were playing France. There's no way. He could. I don't even know. I don't even know if he could dunk a donut over me. Like, I don't. Let me stop. Okay. All right. We might just have to, like, these might be fighting words. We might have to get a live soon of us playing basketball, because that's crazy. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. And again, thank you. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.